Hi everyone, my name is Yifan, Zhang Yifan. I run this bookshop. Welcome to this talk. I'm going to briefly introduce the procedure. It's running, yeah. So we're recording this for our YouTube channel, where you can find our previous talks. They're on YouTube, Hoxton Books. Tonight's speaker is Funa Ye, and a lot of you know her already. She was born in Kunming in the Yunnan province in China, studied fine arts in Kaffa in Beijing, where she also now teaches experimental art. She did her master's in Central St. Martin's and is now doing her PhD in Slade. And tonight's topic, Sha-ma-te, living with Shamate, China's most misunderstood subculture, is part of her PhD research. So she has also brought some of her own publications.
And wigs.
And wigs.
I forgot to bring.
I will put the publications somewhere, so after the talk people can buy them, and then I'll be by the bookshop. If you needed any books, I'm the person who can help you. Yeah, okay. Cool. Nice.
Okay. Thank you for the introduction of Yifan, and thank you for hosting this talk for me. As you know, I am working as an artist for many years. But also, my art is not simply just produce works. It's more like a social engaged, collaborative process, which involve longer process of research. And currently, I'm doing this project with this group of subculture people in China called Shamate, which you may know already. And speak a little bit about my research subject is I have a different area of research interest. Mainly, I combine the idea of a new folk art, which is have a different element of it's really much involving the society of contemporary China, like different subculture and the influence of internet, the idea of urban-rural fringe, which is a kind of space in between city and during the urbanization, how the city developed, and they have this wide area, combine different culture, encounter together, and also the idea of intellectual property. It's like the culture of fake and and also some institution critique of this contemporary art world by using different subjects like body, daily life, aesthetic like nail art or hair salon or beautification apps to have this daily display, make this daily display as a kind of art activities. And I'll speak to my, this project is, I want to come back a little bit about my previous project. This is a project I did in 2013. It's called 5 Golden Flowers, 炸金花. And this project I actually did in Lijiang, which is a place quite close to my hometown. And I had this chance to doing a residency in Lijiang. So I went there many times, but a very short period, about 3 or 4 days. And the organizer trying to ask us to go there to make some artwork is for reminding the local people how precious the hometown is, because this village is nearly demolished by the government, and they're trying to sell the land to the government to earn money. So the historical building, all these things has almost gone. But when I go there, actually I didn't do the things the organizer want, because I'm not interested in this historical or ethnic aspect of this village. But I notice how the new things has been coming up in this village, the new contemporary culture, and also those young people who living there. I'm really interested in what they think and what they like. I saw lots of young kids. They still living in this country because this country is it's kind of special, because in China all the village is kind of losing bird. Like all the young people are moving to the city, but this village, they still have some young people left because they have money and because they have this tourist business in Lijiang. So the young people actually they can find a job in the village by doing the tourist business, like they dressing up as a traditional costume and to go to the Lijiang city, old town, to pretend they are like local people live there. But at the off work, they actually go to internet cafe, they go to local nightclub, they go to all those contemporary thing of life. So these things caught my interest, and so I start to do this project by interviewing all these young people in this village. And I interviewed about 25 different youngs to make a project. And what they did is actually normally they just play mahjong and card to kill the time. And when I trying to interview them, actually most of them don't know how to respond, because it's very difficult to ask them to imagine the future or the ideal world or how the beautiful things look like. They always have this very difficult conversation with me because they don't know what is the answer. And I'm also kind of stuck because I don't know how the project can be grown. But finally, I found a book in one village's one's home of this village. It's called News from Nowhere, written by William Morris. It's quite surprising me because I think it's a different system thing. But actually, I found this book. It's showed there, and so I start to read this book and compare this, what William Morris imagined about this utopia, socialist system, with this what happened in the village right now. And by the topic of William Morris offered, I asked the same question to the village youngs, and they gave me some kind of response. And I did some small video card is using this conversation, but I kind of use a 3D mask to kind of give them a mask, and they start to have this conversation with William Morris in a way. And also after that, I did a small documentary of this village people. And this is a trailer I can play with. It's not the full video because it's going to be too long.
阿辉，
阿是家米滚带个肉，
阿是阿我带狗的嘛？
带全么呢？
啥嘛？
爷么呢？
爷嘛，那要
家还要么呢？
要嘛的，今天2个小时嘛的。
闯吧。但是包括说，就是为自己提供一个更好的环境，是每个人自己的追求，对吧？你发现说可能外面更好的话，你肯定会去选择，就是去外面看一看。
Yeah, the full video will be 30 minutes, and as you can see, there is some hamburger and food floating on the sky. They are actually from tablecloths of one village people's home, and I like the aesthetic, which is some people consider it's kitsch, but I think it's just like the daily decoration in ordinary Chinese or even Asian people's home. It's appearing everywhere, but we deny it is beauty, or we deny this is art because it's not what we told, and those people are trying to live in an antique life in the mainstream describe, but actually they cannot live in antique life. They actually have the need of new. They have the need of living in modern life, and I find lots of interesting wall painting on the village, which combines the traditional style of the old architecture. They always have the need of have this Chinese painting in front of the door, but they change it to be a more contemporary style, and this kind of image, I think, is it's a kind of utopian landscape. They have the element of what people imagine what is the idea happy land, or the idea of a beautiful home will be, like they imagined. And I found lots of how to say this? It's like maybe I shouldn't play the song. Anyway, it's a light box with this rolling, very low technique rolling equipment. So it's actually, you can see the view of a kind of typical traditional Chinese way to see the landscape. It's like rolling from one side to another side. And also the typical image of this welcome pie, which is welcome pie tray is like you can see it in everywhere in probably Chinese restaurant or hotel. They have this typical image which represent the ideal world, the socialist spectacular. The idea of spectacular landscape. So I actually directly use the ready-made product into the my exhibition. I just removed the cover of the light box. It used to be a clock, I think, for decorating the lobby. And I removed the cover and just display it on the wall. And also I use lots of light tray, which is also you can see everywhere in China in the park or just in front of the door. And I made a group of poker cards with those village people's portrait. And I made this automatic mahjong table, which those village people always used to play. But I removed the cover to replace as a acrylic cover. So you can see the inside. And in the opening, we actually played mahjong together and to see the process of how they wash the mahjong and how they how they manage it. And I think this is an interesting process for us to see as a metaphor of how the Chinese urban society always being demolished and rebuilt and demolished again. It's kind of similar. And this show was firstly showing in VR Center in Shanghai. After that, it's also showing different places like PSA and Wuhan Triennial. They all have this kind of element using the like the typical landscape, like the holy mountain, Yulong Xueshan, as a symbol, but I transform it to be a cupcake because it's like a metaphor for these village people to worship but also consume for the tourist business, and use all these elements I mentioned. And after that, I start to develop my project because when I bring this project, including this document, back to the village, those people living in the village, they see their own documentary. Some of them are very touched, some of them even cried, but some of them disagree with me because they think they can make a better movie. And they think they should make a movie by themselves, which is better than me, because you can see in my movie there is kind of awkwardness. They have a kind of a conflict between me and the village people because they speak a different language, so they speak something random, and I thought they answer my question, but they actually say some dirty words. These things is always happen, but I kind of like this situation. So I think in future I will make something which is more engaged, more collaborative with those people. And this is just another work have this similar sort of aesthetic. This Bai Cai is actually kind of a fortune symbol in my ethnic Baizu, but actually I think it doesn't come from tradition because this Bai Cai is this jade Bai Cai is actually from north of China. I think in south of China they don't have that, so it's maybe influenced by other places. But they in contemporary period they believe it because of the shape, because of the pronouns, and they believe Bai Cai can give the fortune to them. So I think it's an interesting folklore, but not the previous folklore. It's a contemporary folklore. So I actually put projection of this 3D Bai Cai into the I think it's a thick screen, and it's become a hologram in the space. And in this video is also when I participate in an online show of it's called Slim Inji, and this is one of my creation, which is just a Bai Cai floating over the sky. Yeah. And this project maybe because I try to access the internet, but something is wrong, so I cannot do it. But if you're interested, you can access this website by yourself, use your mobile phone or something. So this is a project running both online and offline. It's a online show which called Peace Blossom Beyond This World. And it's reflecting something specifically from the internet, which is a story I don't know if you guys will know. It's called Brother Orange, which used to be a famous, popular internet meme, because this guy, he's called Matt Sophia. He's from New York, and one day his iPhone has been stolen, and he lost his iPhone one night. But after a few months ago, he started to see some stranger's picture from his new iPhone through the iCloud. And this is a guy from Guangdong, China, and used his old iPhone. But for some reason, they didn't remove the iCloud, so he can always see the life of these people by this weird selfie, or he taking other people's photo. So he put this story into his BuzzFeed, because he is editor of the BuzzFeed platform, and somebody in China found out this, and the Chinese people actually transformed his BuzzFeed to Chinese, and going to is spread in Weibo. So both of these two guys become an internet celebrity in China, and finally they actually met each other, and they had the chance to become a really good friend. So it's becoming a very it's like a fairy tale in contemporary scene. It's like some strangers, they can meet each other, they can become a friend through some strange technology. And this project is based on this story, and also based on the idea of utopia, which coming from the most famous utopian literature. Tao Yuanming had this literature named 桃花源记, what is called? Peach Blossom Colony. And in this scene, I had this metaphor is the Chinese internet, what we call Chinternet, becoming one of utopia, which is this is a question. It's kind of a self-standing system, but not exactly closed system. They still have the door to open, but you need to find the way to each other to access. It's like Chinese people need to find a way to across the Great World to the Western world, but also people in the West, even they don't have this Great World thing, but they have no idea about another ecosystem happening in beyond this world. So this is two different work imagine about each other and how they connect, how they becoming friend in a romantic way. And I had, so this website version you can access by themselves, but basically it's using exactly the same wall painting in digital version. But the real version is happening in a space in Hamburg, which is also a window gallery. And at the time, this show is during the lockdown moment, so people cannot actually access the gallery. But we have this window installation, which I done remotely. They have lots of LED fans showing this utopia landscape in China. And I actually installed this work also remotely by asking people to help me to do it. I shipped everything. I ordered everything in Amazon and shipped it to the gallery. And the child is holding the slogan from the Peachland colony text, and I put it in the window. And also those light tree and those LED fans material. So basically it's like this. You can see the small icon of Twitter and the Weibo, they chatting to each other. And I don't know. Do you guys know smart people a lot? Yeah, I guess so. So about smart people, I had this dream to become a smart people for a long time. But when I was younger, when they are very popular, I don't have this brief to actually talk to them because they looks very, I don't know, strong. Like I cannot really connect with them, even a little bit afraid of them because they look so cool. But finally, I got a chance to know them recent year. And as you know, smart people is a kind of a internet subculture group, which is famous by the elaborate hairstyle and the appearance, but also they have their own community. They gather in internet and they kind of have their own way to communicate. They have this Mars tags, 火星文, and they have these alternative styles. But also they are actually based on the similar background of people living in rural area, or some people living in city, but a small city. And they always have this background as a second generation of migration workers. So they kind of lack of supervising, they lack of higher education, and they can have a much pressure time to spend on internet cafe or something. And we can tell there is much influence to create this unique smart style. Some people suggest it's maybe related to punk in Britain because you can see the hairstyle is a kind of a spike, and they have a similar DIY spirit. They have a lots of broken laser jacket, something like that. But also a more close connection will be the Japanese visual kei, which is a kind of a very visual style. But both two of them, I think smart only follows the appearance, but not the music trend, because these two subculture is based on the music thing. But smart people don't do the rock music or punk music. They only listen the most hit electronic song in China, or not even in China. I think it's worldwide electronic music, and they remix it to be their own music. I can play a little bit. Yeah, like this. It's like the I don't know, like the worst EDM or something. Like, and also during the time, I noticed there is a similar internet subculture trend, what is called the thinkies, or we call some of them call it emo child, and this is very similar to a Chinese thing, which is how to translate? It's like no mainstream. It's like 非主流, but I think it's based on the similar background. But these thinkies have their own like thinkies pop music. And this group of people are actually mainly gathered in the MySpace. But in Sha-ma-te and 非主流 they actually gather in Q Zone or QQ platform, but it's also very similar visual and hairstyle. You can see. And why the name is called Shamate is because when you here the Chinese name Sha-ma-te it's very strong word. It's like you can hear the Shamate is like you kill a horse. It's like a very aggressive name, but it's actually translated as the English name smart. But smart it sounds not that aggressive. It sounds not that strong. It's like not smart. Shamatha is not smart in a way. So it's a very interesting conversation. It's like a misunderstanding by this culture, because they think smart is name of fashion, and smart people want to be fashionable, so they're trying to use the name to be fashionable, but it's kind of misleading. And the father of smart, the godfather of smart, Luo Fuxing, he is claimed to be the guys who developed this word Shamate, and he's becoming kind of leader of this group, and he also like learning the style from a Japanese visual kei star called Miyavi, and I don't know, because I don't know Miyavi before, but recently when I see the image of Miyavi, I thought it's Luo Fuxing, because they got exactly similar tattoo and style. But anyway, it's a really similar Shanzhai visual culture, but also I think Shamatha just take everything, every different culture's good aspect. So they like taking all the advantage style, and they don't mind to be combined in different ways. So it's really like a mutual hybrid culture, which you cannot tell what is from. And also the very important thing is this group of people are gathering through the internet by this online platform Tengxun QQ, and this QQ actually have so many different functions. They have this chatting group, and they have this game, and this homepage. They can decorate the homepage as a customized style, and they have this group chatting, which can be become a family. What they said is like a union or a family. They can gather in together, and those different family of this group of people in QQ are actually a very important character, and that's one reason is because they play games together, and they play this game is actually a Korean game called Audition, 劲舞团. It's like the most popular game at the time, and also they have a Chinese version in QQ. It's called QQ 炫舞. But basically it's the same thing. It's like a different family battle with each other to dance, and they can customize the statues, the appearance, and also they can get married in this game, and they can become a union, become a family in this game. So they have several different family at the time, and smart is just one of them. But the smart is very special because finally every family is gone, but the smart is still there, because they kind of also harvested all this family culture together. These smart characters, this appearance, this QQ decoration element, and this elaborate fashion looks. And it's very difficult to actually you becoming a member of a smart family at the time, because you need to be a cool person. You need to have this 45 angle webcam selfie with this over elaborate style, and you need to decorate your QQ space as a cool space, and you need to have this VIP status in QQ like 皇钻贵族. Anyway, they claim themselves as a noble, which is also very interesting. And in this smart group, they have a different title. They have a supervisor, they have a ambassador, they have a duke, they have a princess. So they have this kind of hierarchy in this group. Even if you notice in the background, they are actually the people in poverty, the people in village. They actually lack of social status and the lack of the money. But in this QQ world, they are the noble of the world. And there are very much different family in this QQ family. So at the time, not only smart, we also have like bird love family, 障碍家族 and like 残血家族. I don't know how to say it. It's like remain blood family. And this video I made recently for another online show is actually use the material from 残血家族, and they have their own. 残血家族 is like the most technique 家族in QQ because they have this technique of Photoshop and decorating the space and video editing. And that's why they still have some remaining in internet because they still have their own website. And other families is not appear anymore because the time of the platform change. So I can have a little bit of play.
Welcome to DJ Shall We?
8年时光，你们过得还好吗？我想你们，曾经我们一起为了残血而奋斗，现在虚心英雄迷上，手举着力量倦了，疲惫了，网络的事情都不想再管了，倦了，就算明天我们坚持的信念，谁惜它永远铭记在我们的心里面。网络太过于遥远，但我们的心就像一条不会断的丝线，它始终都会让我把你们想念。每当再去想起我们的以前，那时的残血走在网络的前沿，现却只剩下怀念。直到残血的8周年，我还是无法忘怀。忘不了我刚进残血的那一年，什么都不懂，每天和你们聊天聊了一夜，听说一起在残血奋斗努力，为什么直到如今你们都全部离却？但除了网络的你们， 不行，过得又怎么样？没有你们的日子，我也少了那份冲动，却在心底埋下那一种无名的心痛。谁系是否仍在延续？觉得你是否已经永远的却把这个家无情的抛弃？虽然大家从来没有怪过你，虽然我以后的人也会。
李可、杨希、悦耳、洋洋、素素，记得我们曾经的约定，不能同时出生，但愿同时出嫁。本拿心铭记友情，拿命维护荣誉，这就是我们，这就是来自我们最荣耀的家族——地方名人家族。
首歌唱到了天黑，你的爱受了罪，所以才要飞。我祈求老天把我麻醉，爱过你不后悔，守候到心碎。星辰会难相随，留到来生再相会。这画面被冻结，封锁千万年。全世界会受伤的人，只有一种可能，那就是太相信爱人。不管爱多深，都别陌生人。全世界会受伤的人，只有一种可能，那就是太相信永恒。不管爱多真，承诺最后越伤人。要成熟的巨龙，到底还要多久才会梳洗树？
Sorry. And yeah, all this video is coming from internet. I don't have copyright, but yeah. After that, it has been very popular. This QQ group of smart people, I think in 2010. And after that, I think smart people is growing faster and faster. It's becoming like what Wolf Xing said, they have like 500 of group, with each group of 500 person in that group is like the largest group in QQ. But also it has been seen as public is what the public see them is cultural poverty. They say them are tasteless and low growth. So lots of people actually trying to against these smart people. At the beginning in internet, they think smart people are ashamed of these people born in 90s. So in Baidu and other platforms, they're trying to have this wave of anti-smart war. Which is happening different time, but they have these things for a long time by using different way to against them. Some of them becoming a spy, and they go into these smart, they hide into these smart groups and to record what they said and to show them to the public, say that they are stupid. And other ways to making fun of them by capture the vulgar style or the ugly style of this group of people and make them as internet memes. And I think I don't know why this is all deal with this concrete dance movement thing. I think it's happening later. So they always have these memes or videos of smart people playing in the sand. And also there is, at the time, there is many sound, like Sha-ma-te 遇到洗剪吹, like this ironic parody sound of talking about the situation of smart people actually working in the factory, or the smart people actually working in small hair salon. So it's in this aspect, Shamatha has been shamed in society, and they have a bad name in Chinese culture. Like if you describe people Shamatha, that's in the Chinese context means you describe he is tasteless. So this group of people actually are coming from the bottom of society, and because of this this wave of anti-smart, they becoming lots of people change the style. They don't play with Shamate anymore. They cut the hair and become an ordinary person, and they try to avoid to say they belong to this group. And at the same in the same generation or the generation later, they have this different internet subculture trend in China as well, which kind of can be compared with Shamate. Like in the beginning, in the similar situation, they have this group called Little Fresh, like 小清新, because this group is always comply with the Shamate because they have a very different taste. Like these Little Fresh people are actually mainly the background is college student, and they have this interest of lifestyle. They have an interest of nature, food, lomography, and it's based on a music trend, indie music. So they actually, in a way, it's have a better taste than Shamate. So this group of people always taking compliment, but Shamate is always taking curse. So it's that in the situation at that moment. And after Shamate, it's becoming a generation of live streaming and short videos, like we are facing now. The TikTok and Kwai platform is rising up, and now the subculture of spiritual kids, like 精神小伙, I don't know, all smart kids, like it's a more local version of a subculture internet groups, and I cannot tell where it's coming from actually. But it's like a group of people have this band hairstyle and wear very tight suit and pads, and with this Wang Wang logo on it. I think it's very interesting thing. And they sometimes they have this eye on I don't know why it's like this. And in the here is the it's called zombie soldier, like Yinbing, and this group of people actually hang out with the remains Shamate a lot in Dongguan. It's like not a large group, but some family they acting as zombie with very very tricky makeup and hairstyle. And this group of people is like, I don't know, like a central smarting skeleton. Yeah, I don't know how to say that. Anyway, the subculture kids. But also they have a very similar style as smart people. Maybe you wouldn't agree, but they have a similar elements. They have a similar hairstyle, and they have a similar visual, I think. So anyway, talk about my meeting with smart people. It's actually recently smart people back to public eye because of one of the documentary film, We Were Smart, Shamate, and I personally know the director, Yifan. And in 2019, I had a show in Shenzhen, which is not very far from the village they live. So, and I saw one of my friends, actually, she been to that place and she lived with these smart people for quite a long time. Then I think, why don't I just trying to approach her and trying to look at this group of people in person. And at the time I connect with Li Yifan, and Li Yifan give me the contact of Luo Fuxing. So we get in touch with each other. And but at the time I didn't have any plan to make artwork or doing some research. I just want to go there to explore, to have fun. But what happened is really, I mean, that trip is really, for me, it's extraordinary in many ways because I never imagined I can become one of smart people. Really, so I went to Shipai and my friend Peng Yu, anyway, what her smart name is Peng Xue Feilong, and she also a film director and she is living there for a long time. So she hosts me. We can do a smart hairstyle in the village. So we did in a very small hair salon called Vanity, like Mingliu. And so we have this smart hairstyle, and we call out some of our smart friends, and we hang out together. And at the time I went to there, I can see the city is full of the migrant workers, which is like 日结、周结、月结. They have this very short periods of paying salary life, and they working in a very small manufacturer production factories. And in that village is actually very convenient in my aspect. They have a really nice restaurant and they have a very good internet cafe they can play with. Of course, the work is very under pressure. They work in a very heavy work factory, but they always gather in weekend, especially in Sunday, it's the free time. Then they dressing up as a smart style and go to the different, go to the only park in there, it's Shipai Gongyuan, which is a really interesting hybrid encounter, different subculture and different ethnic minority. I didn't expect that. So actually at the time I found out that this is actually belong to the same group. Those people from ethnic minority, those Miao people, actually belong to the same group of these smart people. They coming from the same province, which is my province, Yunnan, and Guizhou, and probably Guangxi. But like all these province, they didn't actually become a very advantage technology or advantage trend. So they still believe smart people are the most fashion trend at the time. And because I heard before the smart people are very shy, maybe it's not very easygoing, but because I'm already acting as one of them, so I'm very easy to get access and very easy to become the friend. And I certainly involved in this group, and we are dancing, we are singing together. So, and we are making this Kuaishou video and play with each other. And until now, my Kuaishou is my smart account. All my smart friends is in my Kuaishou. Don't follow my Kuaishou. And yeah, so it's, for me, it's really a precious moment to experience this life and to understand how they living and surviving in this city. And for me, it's a kind of such a great release to finally become something else, to become myself. When I gathering with them, we had a really great time together. But after that, when I go back to life, like at the time, I go back to one of my friend's studio in Dongguan, and I suddenly find out all the people on the street is watching at me, and some people are taking photo of me. Some people are trying to ask me questions like, why are you dressing like that? Or they said, can I take a photo of you because my daughter will like it. So I suddenly find out, oh, I am a smart people. I should keep this look forever because I become special, like I become something else. So I have this very exciting feeling at the moment. But after I go back to Beijing, I kind of give up. But anyway, at the time, this is a really great adventure, and I really learned a lot by that. And also at the time I first time meet Luo Fuxing, I actually had this conversation with him very long time because he is a person which is very, I think is very sophisticated. He is compared to other smart kids, he is kind of not one of them. He is not smart kid anymore because he is growing up, but he still use the title for some reason because he need to make a living, and now he living as a hairdresser and a kind of internet influencer of smart people. And at the time we connected each other, and I liked his tone back said, 革命的一天 smile. So it's like a, I don't know, it's maybe wrong spelling, but maybe he did it on purpose. I don't know, but it's very inspiring. And after that, I'm considered to collaborate with him because he is really like he acting really like an artist. He's very critical, and he don't care about what you're doing. He can just criticize you in front of you. And the first time I meet him, he just saying something like, 你的作品怎么那么土? Like he criticized me a lot, and also he's saying something like only artists or people, very left-wing people were saying like about the society. So it's really interesting to see. And I was asking him, does he consider to be an artist? And I think he kind of interested in this idea, but not in the way artists think. But he think if he would become an artist, maybe his social status will be higher, and he will earn a lot of money, which is a misunderstanding of artists. But anyway, we kind of collaborate, thinking about collaboration at the moment. And this is some of his basically it's like this. And then we start this collaboration because I think Luo Fuxing did some art project, but as that kind of project, he actually acting as a role, like an actor or father of smart. But in this project, I try to work with him equally. We try. I mean, it's never equal, but I try to actually consider his creativity as a equal consideration. So we made this project, and at the time it's very they have such limited time and budget. I bought a ticket to ask Luo Fuxing to come to Beijing, and during the time is the gallery weekend of Beijing, so we have 1 week time to transform a space, a very alternative space called C5 CNM, which is a very small space in 798, but it's very good location and it's perfect to be dressing up as a hair salon. So we actually decorate this space as a temporary hair salon, and there is lots of work about negotiation and discussing, and we have a very different taste. So the final outcome is like this, but maybe for me it's not enough, it's not finished. But for him it's already too much, because what he wants is really just like doing business here to blow the hairs and money. But for me, I think maybe it's still a kind of art project, so I trying to do more. And at the time, I'm also very nervous because I thought Luo Fuxing is not very easygoing person. Maybe we will fight. Maybe it's hard to deal with, and maybe I will hurt him. And it can be any reason, but surprisingly, finally we become a really good friend. And this is the appearance of the space. And I made some installation, and he have this handwriting of kind of slogan, 头发也是一种表达, or like freedom of aesthetic. He is really good at this manifesto thing, and he has his own taste of how to decorate this space and how to change the different angle. So what we basically doing is we change this art project space to be a hair salon, and different person, when they pass by, they can make appointment to blow them hair as a smart style. Also, they can just join us to look at it. And because it's a window gallery, so lots of people just passing by, and they kind of look at us, and inside of us look at them. I like this kind of combination. And lots of people actually turn into be smart people. And we organize a tour which is combine this situation of gallery week, which always have this VIP tour for the important art collectors. So we have our own VIP tour for smart people. So people dressing up as smart people, and we hit the road and go to different art gallery and museum. Some of them are really welcome us, but also we face some dangers, like those security guys trying to push us away, or they trying to ask us to separate because they think us are doing some parade in 798. And we kind of make joke of different artwork in a smart style. Yeah, like this. I like this. It's expression of 廖伯和 said 相信民工，相信世界. I like this. And we had a workshop of light drawing in smart style, so different people drawing with passion in that space. And another workshop of karaoke, label karaoke event. Lots of people like outdoor, they are watching us. And at the time, the Vice made a documentary film to recording this this project, Vice Asia. I can play a little bit.
有美后一定有丑，有丑一定有美。
I never seen it。
我接受不了这个，
所以我觉得他们土到爆。
一个像那些孔雀开屏也好，鸡公图也好，或者是五颜六色那种的，我感觉，按照我的想法就是神经，
比较另类嘛，人家一眼就能从人群中看到你。
生命该有的一个状态，就是感觉人整个人就很像有那种活力。
他们是很开心、很释放自我的，
过节的一个狂欢一样，
就像头发是自己的朋友一样。
杀马特是从那个也不知道是谷歌翻译还是百度翻译，反正就是通过时尚的这么翻过来的 ，smart S-M-I-E-T， 对，通过它的拼音这么拼过来的。我叫罗福新，杀马特的创始人。其实我们当时很多玩杀马特的人，基本上都是在一些小厂里面上班，像平常在工厂也没啥事干。是吧？除了上网、打游戏、逛公园，那你还有一个东西，就像自己可以创作一些发型，我觉得就很有趣啊。因为我在工厂里面打过这么多年的工，我能感受到这种枯燥和无聊。这他妈的就是个沙漠，你知道吧？对呀，他好不容易有这种文化，这种东西，我觉得太好了。最流行估计也就是09年到13年左右，就是20万人了。对啊，我们这个其实没有想象中的那么庞大，对，但是20万人也不少，就是这样的状态。网络上任何一个论坛或者贴吧，还有一些 QQ 群也好，反正就是只要是开放的地方，我们都在。对，这已经很牛逼了，你知道吧？都会玩头发，对。他们都会整自己的头发，都会把自己的头发弄得很夸张，或者他认为好看、有趣的一些东西，就是非常的执着，你知道吗？我第一次最先接触的是就日本他们这个视觉系这一块的一些发型啊、服装，但我对他们的音乐那些肯定是不了解的。
我在我小时候吧，上学的时候就经常在我们云南的，因为我是云南人嘛，经常在我们云南的各个网吧附近啊，或者是一些稍微偏一点的地方看到这些杀马特的朋友，但是我都没有勇气去找他们或者跟他们说话，因为我觉得他们可能会打我。因为杀马特现在也变成了一种很濒危的一种文化现象或这样子的东西了，所以可能就没有那么强势了，比起他当时的那个很兴盛的时候给人的感觉，发现他们其实都是很可爱、很善良的一些无忧无虑的小孩。不能说无忧无虑吧，当然肯定也有很多现实生活的焦虑啊、压迫啊这些东西，但是，至少给我呈现的状态，他们是很开心、很释放自我的。
我操，我普通话不好吗？ 我操你！
罗福星，罗福星，你分得清吗？
我叫罗福星。
你叫罗福星。
对。
ING。
星。
罗福星，你不叫罗福星，你叫罗福星，你的名字。
姓的姓，我是这么念的。
高兴，高兴。
这样的吧？那我可能真的念错了吧？
我想讲的就是说，你日常生活也是一种艺术，也是一种策展。然后包括我这次做这个杀马特发廊也是，就是在画廊周做一个发廊，就是用发廊行业去抢画廊的生意。我这次跟罗福星合作，我就试图所有东西都想听他说什么，或者是他想怎么做，然后想尽量听他的意见。就是我觉得他也可以成为一个艺术家，如果是他想成为的话。
我感觉我能把你整个人提起来。
问题不大。
他们因为太匮乏，导致于他们不得不很激进，或者是不得不很夸张，很要彰显自己。
我们确定一下时间，就是不要，就是拍照以后就不要起来，不要解散。
然后这是因为他们本身是农二代，是这种被大家看不到的群体，所以他们要非常的彰显自我，让大家看到，然后他们就反而产生了一种很先锋的东西。因为很多人觉得杀马特是土的，或者是不入流的，是低俗的。其实杀马特就是相当前卫的，然后但是大家不能承认说一个前卫的东西会从一群最底层的人身上产生出来。大家不觉得最底层的人可以做最先锋的东西，但是为什么不能呢？
So after this event, I think I'm quite satisfied because Luo Xing is happy to be there, and actually he kind of in love with Beijing after this event. Even he didn't actually walk out to Qijiuba, he didn't even walk out to the art zone. He just stayed in the same place every day, and go to the gallery and go to my studio. And go to the same restaurant again and again. So even I asked him, maybe you can hang out, maybe I can guide you to somewhere, but he don't want. I think it's kind of a routine of a worker's life. I don't know, like he really like this certainty of having this working and resting life. And the thing, this conversation he made with me is also talk about this Beijing is what we create Beijing, maybe not the real Beijing. Maybe real Beijing is not very welcoming, but in this world, I think everybody is happy. They can show themselves, and they are all like individual, all very respectful. So. Yeah, he kind of like it, and we did one more time in Shanghai, which is a 4-day in picnic art festival, and it's also such crazy event, like too much people coming, and because Luo Xing don't have time to do that much hairstyle, so we have lots of wig, and everybody just put on the wig and taking selfie. And yeah, I even cannot breathe because there's too cloudy. And after that, because we did this picnic art festival in Tank Art Center, Youguan, so at the time they invited us to do another event, and I and Luo Xing also have this conversation before in Beijing. We're trying to talk about the favorite sports or favorite things to do in the leisure time, and all the smart people are really into this roller skating thing, and they have this roller skating club in Dongguan, Shipaicun, which I didn't go actually because I made such short trip, just 1-day trip in Shipai, and I don't have a chance to go to the roller skating club. But after that, because the economic statue, also because the pandemic, this Jingfeng roller skating club is shutting down. So lots of smart people don't have a place to go. So me and Rou Fuxing is thinking maybe we can rebuild the Jingfeng roller skating club again. But at the time we thought it would be in Beijing. But suddenly I found out in Tank Art Center they have a show of Sister Gates, American artist. He actually turning this Tank Art Center to be a roller skating place. So when the founder of Tank Art Center invited me to do this event, I'm very excited because I finally have this chance to transform this club to be a smart style club. But the problem is I don't actually know what it looks like, because when I searching on internet about this Jingfeng roller skating club, I cannot find anything, because they only like some image of the banner and some blur image in here. It's really difficult to think. So I use my own imagination to decorate them, and it's simply like this. And I put motorcycle, because smart people are always trying to DIY the motorcycle to be a unique style. What they use this ghost fire motorcycle always become one of the choice, and also I made the stage look like look like has this smart virtual, and also we play this classic smart style song during that time, and everybody is dressing up as a smart people, and we skating in that area. Also, we did some. We had this souvenir shop of smart, and we did some workshop of smart people, and also talk, have this conversation about this disappearing culture of roller skating in suburban area of China. But just before that time, I had this opening. I suddenly found out I can actually search in the Jingfeng roller skating club in Kuaishou, because that is the platform actually those people are using to socialize. And when I searching for this video in Kuaishou, I was very surprised, because it's nothing like I imagined. Because I imagine in the countryside the roller skating club must be a very small, dark, boring place, but actually it's very active. It's like a very luxury nightclub. And I made a video which is all use Kuaishou video.
对你有何真实之迷雾，眼泪偶尔会莫名的光顾，所以会忙忙碌碌，将爱麻木，可突然会想起了全部。我对你有何真实之迷雾，所有的纪念日记得清楚，庸人自扰的束缚，狼狈掩住，突然还会想起了全部。
爱的魔力转圈圈，想你想到情话不好，黑夜白天，可是我害怕，爱情只是一瞬间，转眼会不见，我要慢慢冒险。爱的魔力转圈圈，甜蜜思念，你的笑容就在眼前。爱的魔 力转圈。
零点的夜还不肯睡，手里紧紧握着酒杯，通红的眼噙着泪水，我苦苦守候到底为了谁？生锈的风，自从你一去不回，我心如死灰，为爱流尽999滴眼泪。
Let's get it poppin' now. Let's tear this club up. It's time to feel that rhythm. Hey girl, you know you got it. We're gonna bring the house down. Let's get this party started. The sun is going down. The moon is coming up. Let's get it poppin' now. Let's tear this club up. It's time to feel that rhythm. Hey girl, you...
一转头呢，公车啥着一早的那个，鸟着馒头就着一类的那个，倒影冲鸟一倒一。
也没看见你们曾经最喜欢金风溜冰场就是这样了。你们是不是摸这个钢构摩擦，然后对着镜子发呆？看到没有，一夜之间什么都没有了。这世界真的变化太多了，是不是有小朋友小伙伴，你们那些很多的回忆，有没有想起来曾经辉煌的时刻已经结束了？再来看一下你们喝酒的舞台，你们喝酒的地方，看一下是不是熟悉的溜冰场已经拆得七烂八下的了？是不是怀念吗？大家都不是曾经那个少年，已经是过去了，可怜吧？有太多的舍不得，是不是小伙伴们？是不是像我一样舍不得吧？再也见不到了你们曾经辉煌的时刻，到此为止，好好上班吧。看到没有，我们这里彻底结束了。我的时代也差不多了，好好找钱，只剩下一份兼职美发，再也看不到这里了，再也看不到了。属于这些杀马特时代的溜冰场已经结束了，虽然我在这里帮忙做事当兼职，就是剩下了，如果有喜欢的话可以带走。大把的溜冰鞋全新的，还有9成新的，这些鞋子都是新鞋子，看到没有，连轮子都是新色的。如果有喜欢的话可以私信我。我还有1000双双排，那1000双双排呢是旧鞋，如果不嫌弃的话，有喜欢的或怎样，还有这些是新的，8成新的都有。
我们之间太多的距离，皆不是那旧有的兄弟。从心到底，江湖的轨迹，都是年少轻狂的游戏。曾经一起声东击西，早已习惯了风风雨雨，年月费力，从不放心底，一起跌倒又一起爬起，陪你去闯荡，陪你去疯狂。人生哪也不放，说得太认真，也拿得一杯。不提兄弟，不提情谊，来世相随。
Almost gone. So I actually found all this video from Kuaishou, and I just edited them together. It's like a kind of anthropology, scenography in this online platform. So I actually get all this information online by this in this media platform. And after that, I start this project which called Master. It's also a similar metaphor as how smart people, Sha-ma-te use smart as a character. I use Master as a character to represent the interpret of the name English word master. And at the beginning, actually, it's because of this Jingfeng roller skating club. I cannot put Shamate on the title because of the kind of censorship. For some reason, use Shamate in public event, or maybe TV program in China is still illegal. So I try to make an event with Shamate, but cannot name it Shamate. So I come up with the idea of Master. But also, I start to use Master as a serious name to create some more works which relate to this kind of Sha-ma-te aesthetic, but they kind of develop into different meaning. And also the name of master have different meaning. So I use kind of different meaning to create different artworks. For example, this work I made in Guizhou actually use the name master as the name of China have this professionally very skillful people called shifu, and also this shifu can be a name of driver, and the very famous folk song of Yunnan called 老司机带带我 is becoming an internet meme, and the very interesting music video showing how how two village girls trying to go to the big city by asking old master to drive them. So the old master is a representation of skillful and knowledgeable and have lots of resource, the kind of people. So I also use the name to make I had the chance to make a work in Guizhou province, and this is a trailer of what I made. This video is not finished yet, actually.
我想去巴宁。
我想去北京。
我想去我娘家亚口村那里玩。香港。
想去北京。
我想去成都的街头走一走。
上车吧。
你为什么要去远方
Yeah, and in the same time I made how to say this, like a land art, installation art in this place in Guizhou called Lijiang. We actually do this because of a project. We can have this temporary residency in Lijiang, but when I go there, I found there is nothing else. It's just like a mountain with grass. They don't have any material for me to make this work. So I really like trying to do anything, trying to find anything I can do in that area. And fortunately, there is many people support me. Like the local people are really friendly. So we made that film, and also I go to a place for garbage recycle, and the boss of a recycle company, he said he can offer me a car to decorate. So not really a car, like a motorcycle, a three-wheel motorcycle for free. So I got his material and his motorcycle, and I bought something in the village to make this, what I called it, flower float, which always you can see in when we celebrate some parade, we use this flower float, and I made a smart version of this flower float. This boss, he gave me this hanging this motorcycle to this very high mountain, and he didn't charge me any money, which is really kind. And I use kind of a smart style, which you can see in lots of short video platform maybe use a similar kind of style, very manual DIY style to make this car. And we actually can drive this car. And when they drive this car and I'm sitting on the back seat and spread the money out. This is the back seat. It's the symbol of both traditional ethnic pattern and the contemporary subculture pattern together. And I had another project when I go to Jingdezhen, and I use another meaning of master. It's called 大师. It's like in the art and craft industry, we have this qualification of qualified people as a fellow, as a master fellow, because master is also a word in academic and also in art area. When we see someone is important in art history or skillful in specific area, we call it master. And master is a degree in art college. So master is something high class, is something added, elite, is something top. But smart is something under this level. So if smart people want to be a master, or what they want, what if they encounter each other? So I made a group of dynamic works based on this idea to transform this smart style motorcycle to be dynamics and to display it in different museums and art space. Like this one is in Shanghai, you to see lab. And I decorated it as what I think I decorated as a concept stone. It's like a famous luxury brand stone. But the final outcome is not very luxury, I think. And I had this idea to ask to create an avatar, which is a master, to play with this idea of the hierarchy, like this master always followed by a group of fans, followed by a group of students, and this master is in the system is highly awarded, highly collected, and prized, and it always has been changing on the social statue. So I think maybe I can find a master to acting as master. So when I try to find a master in Jingdezhen, like the handcraft master, nobody want to do that because they are very traditional. But I finally find a master which is really a master. Is Wang Qingzong. He is like the most famous photographer in China, like contemporary photographer in China, and he has this cool hairstyle. Which is very interesting to me to have this combination between his style and the smart style. So finally I made these works.
你是谁？大师？哇哦！ Master， 真厉害 ，Sky 呢？
当时我爱你，就像老鼠爱大米。如果爱它没有你，天上无光只下雨。但是我爱你，真正的有早已，有你从你成为你，我们和你在一起。想成为你，求求你告诉我，但是你身旁 Master 我想你，无所谓的是无比的是，我想要追求你。需要意义，我的老师，我的 baby， 但是
Interesting combination, and some real master has been appeared, like real Jingdezhen master has been appeared in this film as well. And also the actor is some actor is the student of Kafa, and the acting as different fangirls and smart peoples. And this is the last one. This project I use the also one definition of master is like someone owns the power, like someone is dominant people who have this power. Maybe they own a slave, or they have controlled their own lives. It's called this project is called New Master, which in socialist country we have this idea of a future master, which is the children is a future master, and also we have the idea of be your own master, which is 做自己的主人. It's like you're holding the control. Also, it's suitable for the smart people as well. So what I did in this project is I use AI GAN technology to kind of deep learning thousands of different smart image, and they kind of learn and produce some new image of smart people. And this kind of image actually I feed it in smart self-free, but also eventually I feed it with the ethnic minority people's poetry in China. So they have both two different resources, and they kind of hybrid and create something new. And also I use kind of internet archaeology way to express it. One of the resources will be an old post of smart people said that all smart people will be the 57 ethnic minority in China. So there will be a new minority in China in that post. This post has been shamed and joked a lot of the Chinese netizen, but in a way I try to kind of release his idea to this place. So I build a memorial place, a memorial palace, which is recorded this smart memory and this moment of the 57 ethnic minority to tribute the style of smart as an avant-garde art form in China. So yeah, this is all this portraiture I put in this virtual galleries, and I give them a very classic frame, which is suitable for the statue of a noble. And the AI actually produced very weird image. It's like I don't know what they thought about when they learn it, but it's something like it's something like what they describe the smart people. Sometimes they feel like it's like a ghost. Sometimes they feel it's like a alien. Some feel it's like a wild animal. So it's like really hybrid transfer humanism. And in this virtual space, actually you can access this by linking this website. But I cannot use the internet, so I can show you this recording. It's basically the video I showed you already, the archaeology of smart people, and with this portraiture, and with some 3D object of a smart element. Lots of like this project and few last project is still ongoing project, so I'm still working it in progress. But basically that is all today, and I made some zine of smart, what is called Sha-ma-te, which is maybe you can look at. I only have a few copies here, and this is like a zine which can be folding and open as a poster, and I have a small print, and I think in Hoxton Books have some collection of my previous zine, Monday Off zine. Maybe you can also have a look, and that is for today, and.